welcome to another episode of the PN97 podcast. It has been a minute, but we are bringing you a hot one. And by we, I mean myself and my amazing followers over on OnlyFans. I am live with them right now, and I have a pretty awesome group on here, and we have decided to do a little Q&A, and we are bringing you guys along with us. So these amazing people on my OnlyFans have, they're here, they're amazing. They have asked me a few questions, and I'm going to answer it. So I am chilling with them right now. I'm actually sitting in my car, chilling with them on live right now. So all of this is live. And let's see. So let's start. Let me scroll up a little bit. Of course, they're so freaking sweet. Okay. So first question, Oddjob asks, here's a question inspired by today's gym bathroom pick. What is the riskiest, most public place where you've come, whether solo or with Mr. P? That's a great question. Gosh, I've done a lot of crazy stuff. I've done a lot of crazy stuff. I actually haven't done that much like public stuff. I do like peeing in public if I can get away with like peeing on the side of the road or something like that. I'm totally always down for that. Or peeing while I'm on a run. I think that's great. I probably can't say that on the OnlyFans live stream, but and then let's see. So we won't repost this one. But by today's gym bathroom pick was the riskiest place you've come. Okay, so I've definitely come in my car while I'm driving. And I have definitely had sex in a park bathroom before, a public park bathroom. So yeah, there's that. Austin, how long have you been training for your race? So I am currently training for a marathon in January. It is October right now, but my marathon isn't until January, so I've got a couple months until then. And my 10K that I just recently did was just a very impromptu 10K. It was just a random thing, but it was really fun because if you've never done a race, I think people like have in their mind that it's very competitive and that it's like kind of like, I don't know, that it's like it's intense and things like that, and it is, if that is what you're looking for, but this was just like a fun 10K just to do, just to see, where I'm at, how I felt, and I did not realize how competitive I would get. I got so competitive. It started off and there was one girl in front of me that looked like she was in my age group. So I was like, okay, I gotta stay. We're gonna stay right here. This is a pace we're gonna do. And of course I walk a little and run a little, so it's like an on and off thing. And then once I ended up passing that girl, there was another girl that looked like she was in my age group. So I was like, okay, I really gotta kick it into gear. And so long story short, I went totally balls to the wall competitive with it because it is just in my nature. I can't help it. And I got first in my age group. I got second female overall to finish, and I'm not gonna lie, I got beat by she was in her 50s. Crazy. We all know those crazy runners though, like those people that are just like fucking grinding and they're in their 40s, 50s, 60s and they can just trek. So someone did beat me, but I got second female overall. So that was really freaking cool to me. And it was nice just to do that for a little bit and see like how that race felt. And I'm not sure if I'll do another race until January, until my marathon, but it's pretty fun. Okay, so let's see the next question. A lot of this is just chit-chatting. What was your time on the 10K? I finished in 1 hour and 6 minutes. I thought I finished under an hour, but I didn't. And of course, Austin knew what my time was. Okay, Austin asked, have you ever ran into a follower out in public? What was it like? So I have a couple times, and that I can think off right off the top of my head. There was one time at Hollover Beach, which is the nude beach in Miami. I was still pregnant at the time, and I was just lounging in a chair, sitting there getting some sun. And I think Mr. P was with me. He may have been walking around. I don't really know. Don't remember. But there was someone that like walked by and made like awkward eye contact, and of course like I smiled and they smiled. It was a guy, and they were very nice, just like respectful, and kept walking. And then like he came by again and smiled, waved. He was again super respectful, and like everyone kind of does that when you're walking around the nude beach. Like everyone's super friendly. And so I went down by the water to walk, and he ended up passing us. Man, I wish I could remember his name. It was like Wicked Weasel or something like that. But he was like, "Hey, I don't want to be like intrusive, but are you Panty Nectar?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Okay, I'm such a big fan, but I did not want to come up to you and like, intrude on your personal space." And so we sat there chit-chatting with him for a little bit, and that was pretty cool. And then another time that I could think off the top of my head was actually I was somewhere like getting gas or something, and I did not even notice this person, but I did notice them look at me and kind of smile, and like, but that's very typical, so I just like smiled back and kept doing whatever I was doing. Well, later on, I believe it was on X, I got a message from someone, and they were like, "Please tell me that was you at the gas station, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Oh my God, that was." And so like, he didn't talk to me in person, but he did message me after the fact. I find that a lot of people are like nervous to approach me, which is totally cool. And I appreciate my space being respected. But I thought that was cool. So that was fun running into someone like that. Just like literally the most random passerby thing you could ever think of. But it was cool. I feel like a lot of people don't suspect that I like am Panty Nectar because I look so normal in person. I literally look like your average everyday person. So I feel like that's kind of maybe the reason why I don't get like, people think that I'm probably getting spotted all the time. And I really don't get spotted all the time. It's very random. It's happened very few times. Yeah, it doesn't happen a whole lot. But it is kind of cool when I forgot. Oh man, okay. There was one time I was out at a bar with some friends, and we were just sitting there, and I just like kept noticing this group of guys like smiling, and like you can tell when it's a little too much. And so let me scroll. And so one of them ends up coming up to me and my friends, and he just sat down, and so I was like, "What's up?" And he said, "Hey, I don't want to be like super loud about this, but like, are you Panty Nectar?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am." And he was like, "Do you mind if I get a picture with you? I was just telling all my friends over there that you look just like Panty Nectar." And I was like, "Yeah, let's get a photo." So I like took a selfie with him. I like grabbed his phone and took a selfie with him. And then of course, when he went back, like another guy from the table came over to take a picture, and then another guy came over to buy us drinks. And that was a really cool moment, just because like it was so authentic, and they were literally fangirling. And to me, like, I don't feel like I'm like some celebrity, so I thought that was like just like a cool moment. People wanting pictures with me and stuff. Like that was so much fun, so like surreal almost. So that was pretty cool. That was like a group of guys from San Antonio or something. I don't remember where they were from, but that was the time I got recognized. I forgot about, but that was a lot of fun. Okay, let me see. So many comments. Okay, Greg asked, has anything changed from when you first started doing OF to now? So, gosh, a lot has changed. Oh my goodness, I was like a 22, 23-year-old girl when I started this, and I'm 27 now. So, a lot has changed in my personal life. In this kind of realm, a lot of things have changed, A lot of you remember the infamous anonymous, or not even written, anonymous typed letter to my mom. Maybe some of you on live with me right now on OnlyFans don't remember that, but I know a lot of people on Reddit do, and maybe if you're listening to the podcast, you don't know either. But when I first started doing OnlyFans, well, first off, I did not even, when I started Reddit, it was just to like share sexy photos and share some videos, and like, it was just for fun. I honestly did not even like know what OnlyFans was. I had no like clue that that was like, I knew what it was, but I didn't know that was like a thing. Um, and a lot of my followers were like, oh, you should do one, you should do one, you should do one. And so that is what made me finally open one up. But when I first started Reddit, I was just sharing like sexy photos. I was running all the time, and it was like kind of fun to share like these faceless, sexy photos. And so someone, I know now who it is. It was a disgruntled ex of my husband's. But they literally typed up an anonymous letter and mailed it to my mom to her address. Now, mind you, I'm an adult at this time, so why they felt the need to do that, it beats me. But they wrote up this letter, typed up this letter. I say typed up because they didn't have the balls to write it. They typed it up. How did you find out it was them? Because they just told on themselves. When you started like later on, when you started putting dots together, you were like, oh, that makes sense. But when they originally typed out this letter, they wrote all this. I know I have it on my Reddit. I probably need to share it again because it's hilarious. But they wrote this thing about like me having mental issues, and like I was, going to be bipolar and experience hypersexuality, and like literally said I was going to have bipolar disorder. This person who was just a disgruntled person. But they typed up this crazy letter to my mom. And then they also saved one of my naked photos. I'm not kidding. I shit you not. They saved one of my nude photos and pasted that bitch at the end of the letter. I swear. Okay. So they pasted that picture. So it's like this whole serious, I think the thing said, please help her as I cannot. Please help her. That's how I picture them saying it. Please help her, because they were so disgruntled that I was so hot. And then there's this nude fucking photo of me at the bottom of the letter, like, and not even like little, like you guys on OnlyFans, you see how big my hand is right now. It was probably like a 3-4 inch picture of me topless. So that was fucking hilarious, first off. Awkward. Yeah, it was. So, the point of them doing that, looking back now, was to create a divide between the people that were in my life and that did care about me, and me. And so they were effective at first. So I know the original question was, has your life changed? And this is how it's changed. So at first, people like my mom, my family, they were very like taken back almost that I was doing something like this. Of course, when they received this letter saying all these like crazy harmful mental things, the first reaction they have is to freak out. And so fast forward to now, I have a great relationship with everyone that has stayed in my life. I know people ask me that often, like, oh, what about your mom? I have a great relationship with my mom. I am who I am. That has never changed. These people made it seem this disgruntled, hateful person that is miserable in their own life, made it seem as if like I was like shooting up drugs and like doing all kinds of crazy stuff, having like crazy unprotected orgies and stuff. And that's not the case. I was just being who I have always been. I have always been promiscuous. I've always loved sharing. I have a sexy ass body that I work very hard for. And that has never, like that, it almost like they tried to turn me into someone that I'm not. And so when the people that were in my life realized this doesn't change who she is, this is the same person that we've known, this is the same amazing person that we love, that has a huge heart, that loves helping people, that loves all this stuff, they got over it real quick. So that is definitely something that has changed in my life. It was a shock for people to definitely like see that side of me. But when you look at the facts, and it's like, one, it doesn't make me a terrible human being for doing this. Two, it doesn't mean that I have mental health issues for doing this. In fact, if you follow my OnlyFans, you guys are literally there day in and day out. You guys get to see everything. And you know how positive and upbeat and happy I am. That has never changed. So yeah, that was like, that's a big difference from then and now. Now that person is completely irrelevant, could give a shit less what they think. And the people that are in my life love me. They love being around me. In fact, I have even more freedom now to do things with them instead of working. A lot of you don't know I was a personal trainer before this, so I literally work sun up, sun down, and I still do, but I get to do it doing things like this, chit-chatting with you guys live, making a podcast, responding to messages. So a lot has changed in my life. A lot will still change in my life. Life is ever evolving. I feel like if you're ever in the same spot and you're never changing, never evolving, then you die. That's how life works. If you don't evolve, you die. And so life will continue to change. Maybe things will change in the future, but this is the change I've experienced up to now. And also being a part of this and putting my life out there so publicly has made me take a deeper look at myself, because with me anyways, I'm speaking for me, for Panty Nectar, you can't hide things. Like, you guys listening, you guys on Reddit, you guys on OnlyFans, you guys are very good about like calling me out on my shit. And so, I feel like this has made me take even more accountability for my life, and it's just made me like take a deeper dive, especially when you're putting your body out there. I can't tell you guys how many people like don't like the way I look, or they do like the way I look, or anything like that. And like this, being a not safe for work public like creator like this, makes you really stay in check with like, I don't give a shit what anyone has to say. I don't. Things that may bother other people, like people saying, oh, you're too skinny, or you're this, or you're that, like those things do not bother me. They do not offend me. In fact, if you follow along on Reddit, if you guys probably don't see an ugly comment, but if you do see an ugly comment from someone, I remove and block the people. I do not spend any time on negativity. It is the way that I've always been, and it's the way that I continue to do things here. I do not spend time on things that are negative. I do not. I cannot repeat that enough. I hope that you guys do that as well. You guys watching live right now, or you guys listening to the podcast, or people on Reddit, or people on X, or anything like that. I hope that's something that you guys can take from like maybe some advice from a not safe for work creator, is like, stop giving a fuck what people think about you. You cannot care what people think about you. You just can't. If you live your life based on what people think about you, you will crumble. You will literally crumble, and your life will be made up of what everyone else thinks about you. When you live a life that's for you, when you live a life that you're happy to live, when you live in a body you're happy to live in, you could care less, and that opens so many doors. I can't even express, like, maybe you're watching or maybe you're listening and you want to do a podcast, but you hate the fucking way that you sound. Well, guess what? No one gives a shit how you sound, so neither should you. You should do it. Do a podcast. If you've been thinking about doing one, do it. I highly encourage you to do it, because there's nothing better than owning your life and doing it for you. And I did not mean for this to be a motivational conversation, but I just can't express that enough. A lot of my life looks like, Charles says, it's mind over matter. You don't mind because they don't matter. Exactly. Hurt people hurt people. That person that wrote my mom a letter, they are hurting. So they wanted to hurt me. That's how that works. People that make ugly comments and say like, your fucking eyes are too close together, or you're too skinny, or you're too fat, or you too this. If someone spends time out of their day to go say that to you, they are hurting. They're hurting. That's all that means. It does not mean what they're saying is true. It does not mean what they're saying is fact. It means that they are hurting, and that is point blank, period. That's it. Hurt people hurt people. So, and I even find myself doing that. Like when I'm like kind of being ugly or mean towards someone, I'm like, why am I doing that? And I'm like, oh, damn, because I'm hurting. That's why. Because something inside me is like irritated and insecure about whatever it is that they're doing, you know? When I find myself like talking about a creator, I'm like, oh shit, maybe it's because I wish I could do like what they do, or maybe it's because like it's that simple. Hurt people, period. There's nothing else to it. I know someone asked, let me scroll up a little bit. Oh, Austin said, it's been a while since you posted a collab with anyone else besides Mr. P. Do you have any plans or interest in doing so? I absolutely do. You know, life has gotten crazy the last couple years. And there has just not been a lot of freedom to do what I want. And so that's going to change soon. And hopefully things like that will change soon. And a lot of my thing is like, I don't want to make collabs because someone else has a big following and I have a big following and we can help share each other's followings. Of course, I'm down for like helping creators out. I'm always for that, which is why I run subreddits on Reddit, which is why I do these things, because I want to have a place where other creators feel like they can be as well. But if I have a collab, like I know some of you saw Mr. P and I play with Little Kate at once. You know, that was purely for our own personal interest. That was not because like our fans were looking forward to it and this and that. Like that was simply because I wanted to explore things with her. I wanted to have fun with her. I wanted to do stuff like that. So, it's definitely not like you'll never see me like do a collab with anyone because of views and things like that. If I collab with someone, it's because I have a genuine interest in doing that with them. And of course I'm going to share that with you guys. So yeah. Okay, let me scroll back up here. Blah, 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 blah. Someone you know sees OF. I think Paul was trying to ask, like, has someone, plenty of people that I know follow my OnlyFans. You have no idea. There's probably people listening right now to the podcast or online right now that I definitely know me in my real personal life, that follow me on here. That's just what happens, you know, when you put yourself out there like this. It's the internet. It's out there forever. And people talk, things like that. But you'd be surprised how many people, like, straight up support me. Like, there's no ugliness. There's no anything like that. Like, these people straight up support. And I'm grateful for that. So if I know you and you're on here, you know, I don't talk about people that I know on here, that follow me, if that makes sense. I'll never rat someone out. I'll never do shit like that because this is, you know, this is Panty Nectar. And Panty Nectar has a purpose. It's here to fill people with positivity and happiness and sexiness. And I'm not here to rat people out. So, Tyler Edwards said, did you or Mr. P ever get jealous in the beginning of this venture, or did it just move naturally? Of course, I think there's Mr. P, he loves sharing, so he could care less. But as a woman, I think there's definitely like a bit of like natural jealousy at the beginning, but I think that was worked through first off by being very open with each other, very open and very honest. You can't do this if you're not open and honest. It takes those things. I gotta get some airflow. I don't know why my car turned off. You have to be very open and very honest with your partner if you decide to do this. And that was one thing that we just did, you know, at the start, is like, and one thing that brought us together is like, we both love doing this. We both love showing off. So who am I to like tell him he can't do something if I'm over here doing something? So that's the way that we've always run it. Yes, Charles, communication is key. And I just think that's how you go about that. Communication is key. Talk to your significant other. let's see. Greg said, do you have many women fans as much as you have men? I wouldn't say as much as men. I definitely have more men followers, but there are definitely a few women followers on here. And a lot of those people are just like other couples that are just like into looking at other people's stuff, and some of those are some of them are women creators that maybe want to become friends and can learn something or just like what I put out. One of my friends that is on OnlyFans, her name is Fancy Paws. She's a creator that I met through here, but I absolutely love her. She is so genuine. She is so sweet. She's also in the Discord, so you can always chit chat with her in Discord. And that's another thing. If you are in the Discord, there are quite a few women in the Discord, and they are all amazing. Discord, if you don't know what that is, it's a free app. You just download it. You get an invite to the Discord server. If you need an invite, always shoot me a message, or you can find it in my Reddit bio. But Discord is like the place to be if you are looking for a community. And I know that word is so overused, but what's different about Discord is it is a live community. There are over 40,000 people in the Discord server, and there is a lounge where you can just have everyday chit chat, and everyone hops on there. We say good morning to each other. We talk about each other's day. And then there's more individual channels is what they're called. So there's like a fitness channel, there's a food channel, there's a selfies channel, there's a pet channel, there's a book channel. There's literally like separate things for everything. And one of those channels is also a sluts channel. It's called Sluts because all my verified girls that are in the server, and verified means they are real. They are who they say they are. And that is so important. A lot of people get hung up on like talking to spam accounts and like people that aren't even women. So the Discord is really awesome. If you're looking for a place to chit chat with the girls, that is the place to go. You can always check to see if someone has been verified by clicking on their like name. It'll pull up all their roles. People get roles when they join the server, and so a verified female is one of those roles. So you can actually know that you're talking to a real female. You're chit-chatting with a real female. And they post in the Sluts page. We post selfies in there. There's also a Sexcapades channel where couples can post sexy clips on there as well. So on Discord video chat also. So there is like there's not like a specific video chat channel, but there is a channel called One-Handed Bandits. And yes, you heard me right, One-Handed Bandits. That is a place where the guys can go there to jerk off, because believe it or not, that is something guys do, and it's not as gay as you think. Some people are like friends that I've like told about the server, they're like, that's kind of weird, like guys jerk off together. I'm like, it's really not weird. Like you should see how regular that is. It's very normal. And so under the One-Handed Bandits channel, if you are a verified male, so if you've verified that you're male and you've verified who you say you are, you can hop on a video chat and chit chat there. Now, the girls are more than welcome to get in there too. I'm not sure if they have or not. I don't really like look at that channel very much because it's, the guys' channel. But yeah, Austin said, we appreciate you being real and authentic. Have you ever had an agency approach you to do business? Absolutely. Absolutely. You get DMs 24/7 from agencies. And in fact, I'll let you guys know in on a little like Reddit tea. Let me get a drink because I'm like talking so much. Hey Joe, hey Marcel, hello you guys on OnlyFans. What's up? I'm live on OnlyFans right now, so these are the people that are popping on to ask questions. And Paul, real quick, saying thank you for warning us about the fake accounts. Paul, you have no clue how often I see people talking to fake accounts. Being a moderator on quite a few subreddits, it is crazy how how many accounts play off that they're like some chick, and they're not. Always make people verify. If you're chatting with a woman somewhere, always make them verify, and make them verify very specific things, because it is very easy to Photoshop. It's very easy for someone to like take a picture of the paper and then like edit what the writing is on it to say whatever. So always make sure you verify it. And that is the great thing about the Discord channel, is that you can see if someone's verified. So sometimes we have fake accounts pop in. They'll be banned ASAP, but they do pop in every now and then, and you can always tell if they've been verified or not. So that is the great thing about Discord. People get verified there, and you can find out if you're talking to a real guy or a real woman real quick by checking their roles. So yeah, always be on the lookout for that. But if you're looking for a safe place to be, Discord for sure is a great community to be a part of. But okay, so Austin, back to the agency approach. I told you guys I'd let you in on a little Reddit tea. Yeah, Austin, exactly. When a creator won't do a voice note and say your name. Exactly. Always make them verify. It's crazy. Even people that ask me like to verify, I'm like, I get it. I totally understand that. And I completely get that because it happens often. It's crazy. But with the agencies, so on Reddit, there's actually, and quite a few people have been through this. This has not just been me, that I have been banned at one time in like 30 subreddits at one time. No kidding. Literally 30 subreddits at one time. Because what these agencies do is they go in and they are hired by girls to promote them, and they also are the moderators of these Reddit subreddits. So what they'll do is they'll ban anyone that's not part of their agency, and they'll only keep the girls that they work for. So it's pretty fucking, Reddit is like wild west. It is crazy. And I'm not the only one that's been a victim of that, which is kind of sad because it's like, I'm a real creator just like everyone else. And some of these subreddits are very big subreddits, but you get banned from them because the agency is not, you're not a part of the agency. So see ya, you don't get to post in this subreddit. It's pretty freaking wild. And it's happened to quite a few authentic people that I know, like Jesse and Jackson. There's several other people, but people like that, it's pretty crazy. So there are definitely agencies out there, and they're not always the friendliest, which is why, oh look, Fancy popped on. Fancy Paws, I was just talking about you. She just got on the live stream. So that is why I say it's so important to make sure that you're like, you are supporting real creators. You're supporting creators that you know are being authentic. People like Math McKitten, Sam XOXO, Baby Kate, people like that are being authentic, that are not using agencies, and that don't sit there and like try to shit on you if you're not part of the agency. So, Lee, I wish there was a way to find out who uses agencies. The best way that I can say to do that is to go look, like, man, I don't even know, like, go look at certain subreddits and you'll like see a pattern within them. And also there's just like ugly people out there that do not want to help other creators. And I think that is just like a terrible way to do business, especially in this space. We're all here to have fun and grow. And I am all about a creator moving up and getting people and doing things like that. So if you want to support creators that are working hard, please go to the Discord and check that out. Those girls in there, dude, they are always putting out stuff for free. They're always chit-chatting for free, and they're just always on, and it's pretty amazing. So Fancy Paws is actually in the Discord as well. She's one of the girls in there, and it's just really nice to have a community of people that are being authentic. And this is just a little way that I can help with that. I know there are other people out there as well. And if you know someone who is authentic, invite them to the Discord server, or maybe you're a creator listening to this podcast or watching the live stream right now. and you're wondering how you can also be a part of this, I would recommend going to the Discord, getting involved, doing things like that. And don't feel scared to ever approach me, because I'm not one of those creators that's going to block you for like commenting under my thing. That is not me. That's not the way I work. Lee said, oh yeah, to finding out who uses agencies. It's really, if there's authentic conversation, so like, I don't know, like, it's hard because what they do is they run their OnlyFans. They'll sit there and be the ones chatting back and forth with you, which is absolutely crazy to me, because I'm like, how I couldn't imagine being a creator and not being in touch with the people that support me. But that does happen. It happens often. So I think just paying close attention to who is being authentic, who is not, who's being interactive, who responds to Reddit comments, little things, because if they're not doing the little things, they're not going to do the big things. So things like that for sure. Let's see if we can get any more questions. If anyone has any questions live on OnlyFans right now, please drop them in the comments. Any question. It can be safe for work, not safe for work, if they're available 24 hours a day, and if they unsend messages regularly. Exactly. I'm active very often, but there are a few hours that I'm sleeping during the night. So you can always tell that way. And literally just interacting. Like, will the creator genuinely interact with me? Does the creator respond to Reddit comments? Do these things happen? So, but there is a group out there that is not very friendly, let me tell you. Tyler said, gotta get back to work. Have a good chat and a great day. Thank you, Tyler. You as well. Have a great day, my dude. Hello, everyone else getting on the live stream. Hello. Zeta Stead said, not a question, but you have beautiful eyes. Thank you. It's weird. Like, sometimes when I wear teal, they turn to like this green blue color, but then when I wear blue, they're like super bright blue, but they're like a crazy like iceberg color, not iceberg lettuce, but like an ice mound, Does that make sense? That's funny. Okay, it doesn't seem like there's very many questions on OnlyFans, so I'm going to sign off the podcast, but I'm going to stay live with you guys on OnlyFans. So for those of you that have listened to the podcast, thank you so much for listening to me ramble. It has been so much fun, and I have enjoyed it. If you have not already, please give the podcast 5 stars and review us. And if you're not part of the Discord or OnlyFans, then come check it out. Come hang with me. I'm always doing stuff like this. So come chit chat, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.